everyone.
Oh,
It's been a couple weeks.
no. It's like we went bi-weekly.
Right. So I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
I'm James, JD. The third?
Yes.
The third?
Yes.
Yay!
And we have no fourth.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Not tonight, anyway.
No. I mean, there's a possibility coming up.
There is.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. What I'd like to have is Eric, your boss, Joe.
He's an equal. He's not my boss. He's just an equal person.
He is an equal person, but
Yeah.
in the hierarchy of your
No.
job, he is over you.
No.
He tells you what to do.
No, he does not actually. So yeah, I'm not gonna. We're all people, sir.
Yeah.
Nobody's better than anyone here.
He's your boss.
Whatever. It's titles, man. It's
We're not talking
titles.
about me, Joe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're talking about a whole different Joe.
Yes.
So many
Although
Joes that are
might
bosses.
be- that-
Joe's all the way down.
So, Eric, I noticed you're wearing a new piece of
Accessory?
attire, a new accessory.
An armor piece?
Yes. So, in honor of that,
Oh, God.
I have no idea where you're going with this, but
why is...
Yo-ho.
oh god.
So, why don't pirates shower before they walk the plank?
Go ahead, JD, because I'm not answering this question.
Do tell, Joe.
Because they'll just wash up on shore later.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you hear the news?
The news?
Yeah.
What news?
So there was a really bad windstorm this week.
Yeah, there was.
Yes, there was such a bad windstorm. Did you hear about, like, the little Denny's store that was nearby?
Yeah, the one that the sign fell.
Yeah. Yeah, it blew off and landed on a car. Those people were not expecting that grand slam.
Oh, man, that's a terrible Seinfeld joke.
Do.
And we're sued.
Yeah! So,
I don't know
guys,
why, but now I'm craving Denny's.
But, hey, guys.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Oh,
How was your weeks?
I mean, it was a week. Oh, yeah.
I like
a
how you
couple
did that,
weeks. Worked. It was busy. Had a plumbing issue.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. You walked the plank way too many times.
Yeah. It was rough waters in here.
He unleashed the Kraken.
Found out the people who built this house are idiots,
Yes.
which I already knew from the electrical issues that we've had. But now to find out there's plumbing stupidity as well. Yeah, exactly what you want. Bad electric and bad water.
The combo
Yes.
that you don't want to combine.
No.
Yeah, because why stop there? Why not just throw a toaster in the bathtub with you?
All right. Oh. How about yourself, Eric? How was your weeks?
Weeks. Let's see. So, I don't know. Like, work is work. It's a struggle. It's a routine that is downright horrible. But, and we were just talking about my boss. This holds no. I'm just going to keep beating the dead horse. It holds no water. That I'm not talking ill of him. Just in general, the job.
It holds no bearing.
Yeah, right. I'm not going with that. But, I was going to work, and it was ironic to me that I was listening. Like, I've actually, like, here in the past couple of weeks that we haven't been on, the podcast or anything like that, I actually started going back to listening to like CD disc in my car.
Wow.
You know, like I have Spotify, everything like that. I can link or sync my Bluetooth to my car and everything. But I just, I had the CD book under my driver's seat, and I was looking for something. I found it, and I was like, I want to kind of go back and see if I can listen to the burnt disc, a plenty that I have, or whatever, to see if I still kind of dig the same music, or whatever. And there's been some music that I found that I forgot that I even had. One being a Nine Inch Nails song.
Oh, okay.
So I went back and listened to some Nine Inch Nails as I'm driving to work one morning.
Oh,
The lyrics of and I really hope we don't get sued, because I'm going to screw the lyrics up anyways. But the lyric that Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails says in the song.
Say it in the cadence of Captain Kirk.
No. I'm not going to Shatner this up. I'm not going to take a shat on it, so.
Something.
Yeah, right. But
Thing.
On the wing.
actually, I will tell you the lyrics, and then you can overdub and bring back your Shatner or Spock or whatever, whoever on that
Or we get
shit,
AI.
whatever.
Oh
Yeah, there you go. So there you go. But the lyrics of the song, like I was driving to work, and of course every morning I go to work, I cry in my car because I don't want to be there. And I just cannot. Like every morning I pull into the parking lot and everything like that, I cry a little bit on the inside. My spirit dies a little bit. But as I'm going to work, I'm listening to the song, and the lyrics say, like, I believe I can see the future because I live the same routine.
So the same
There you
routine.
go. And I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, holy shit, this actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Right.
Because the song is basically about him being like, every day, like that's one of the lyrics in the chorus is like, every day is exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is life.
Yeah.
Thanks for ruining it for me, but
Right.
it was already ruined. Anyways, long story short, my week at work, of course, that routine is shitty for the most part. Joe actually helped me last night.
You had a big blowout last night.
I did actually, and it's not a good blowout.
No,
But-
it's a big blowout.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had to go to Big O Tires and get my tire fixed today because I had hit a pothole. Now, the funniest thing about the Big O Tire trip after they fixed my car, or fixed my tire, was that they had said at the location that I was at, they said that they receive 60 to 80 cars a day. Because of all the construction locally to us
Wow.
that's going on, out of the 70 to 80 cars that they receive daily, half are flat tires.
Jeez.
Oh.
So at least they didn't hit you hard with like an insurance thing or anything
No.
like that, because it was something that everybody was dealing with. It's the same that what happened to me when I had that hailstorm damage.
Oh yeah.
There were so many people on that street
Right.
that day. I was actually in a queue still in December
Ooh.
for that.
Yeah.
And they still didn't fix everything correctly, though, did they?
They couldn't get one thing, but they actually did get the stuff I wanted out of the way. 90% fixed.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I could have swore you said they forgot the hood.
They got some. Well, actually, no. They worked on it a little bit, and they forgot the hood on the estimate.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay.
So I went to another place, and they fixed it entirely.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, like I said, with the road construction, because that's what the guy at Big O Tire said, was because of all the construction that they are going to continue with well into the next couple of years or whatever. That's why people are getting flat tires.
Yeah.
That's why damage is going to cars and everything like that, without your occasion where the storm happened and everything like that. But just on your normal drive daily, you're going to have, hazards.
I'm gonna say that this play, I'm not gonna say exactly areas and everything, obviously, but good Lord, our area is just always under construction in some spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely. Because I was around this area last night is when I hit that pothole.
Right.
So that's what actually did the damage and everything. But with that being said, like I said, Joe was able to help me out last night. Here was the thing, though. It was freezing.
Yes, it was.
It was extremely cold.
Oh no.
And this jackass tries to pay me back by giving me a piece of Star Wars memorabilia.
It was a cup.
He
It was
pulls
a top
it out-
cupper. Or a cup topper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bust of Jar Jar Binks.
Misa so sorry.
Jackass.
Misa Bombad.
I did find it funny though, like,
Oh.
because of course, actually, Joe's wife was
yes,
actually outside helping us too and everything like that. Me and Joe were trying to get the car jack under my car to jack it up, and we were having a little bit of issue with it. Well, I actually, when Joe jacked up the vehicle, I went to take the tire iron and actually undo the lug nuts.
Yeah.
Messed up part was I was actually turning the tire every single time I turned the tire iron.
Right.
So I was like, lower it back down. As soon as he lowered it back down to the ground so I could start to unloosen the lug nuts and everything, the car went forward because I pushed it.
Yeah, so you forgot to put on the parking brake.
Yeah. Car went forward pretty far. So.
Oh, no.
So speaking of car damage, I have to add this to my week.
I see here.
Yeah. Because of the comment. So
Yes.
I needed new windshield wipers. The problem is, with my windshield wipers, because of the way the car is made, the hood doesn't allow them to stick all the way up like, how you would normally do in snow or whatever, right?
You can't lift them.
You can't lift them, right?
Same with my parents' car. Same thing happens.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing. So I'm sitting there changing out these wiper blades. I get the first one off. I go to grab the replacement. The arm slips out of my fingers. Smacks the windshield.
Safe light repair, safe life replace.
Yep. Yeah, so now I've got a nice little crack in my windshield.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be the first to know because me and Joe are brothers and we've known each other for way too long.
Right.
Anyways, he doesn't have the best luck. Like, he's getting up there. He's trying to match you, but Joe just doesn't have good luck with
My
cars.
car,
No.
Well, I will say, after I got this new car, I think this new car just doesn't want to be 100% well with itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
JD, I had a car literally have a wheel fall off
Yeah.
while I was driving it.
I
I still have that
think
picture.
I remember
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I think I
It
remember
was right
this.
next to Waffle House.
Oh, no.
I was, the marathon there beside Waffle House. I was turning into the marathon back whenever I smoked to go get a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, no.
And I had just gotten off of the interstate, was sitting there waiting to turn, and the whole wheel falls off.
Think about that. He just got off the highway.
Yeah.
At least it waited.
Oh, yeah. He's the luckiest mother... Because I saw, he sent me a picture. And the messed up part was, the message he sent me was so this just happened. And I'm like, how can you be that calm?
Well, so that's exactly how, whenever it happened, that's exactly the attitude I had was, it just went thump, and I just kind of sat there like, oh, well, that happened.
He wasn't sitting here, thanking anybody, any deities or anything like that. He was
No.
just like, oh, yeah, no.
That's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty much what happened.
So if we had an overall note for all of our listeners out there, for all of our friends that listen to us and everything like that, take care of your vehicles.
Yes.
Because, trees drop down on them and, potholes appear out of hell. And
People change your tire and cross-thread the lug nuts so bad that they shear off and your tire falls off.
right. Yeah.
Or the heavens open up and just ice shits all over your car.
Yeah. Right.
I can't really say that it was the windshield wiper blades was totally your fault. But
Yeah.
I can't really sit there and give you any, you're like, oh, well, that would have happened anyways. Like that. No.
No.
It's just weird because, I don't know, maybe I'm just that person that's had so many vehicles where the windshield wiper blades came all the way up. And they kind of stay in place.
Most
I've
of them
never
do.
heard that.
Yeah. I'll show you later, but I won't.
Yeah, don't break your
it.
windshield
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
JD, how was your week? Weeks.
Yes, weeks. It wasn't too bad.
How many miles have you walked this week?
Yes.
All the miles.
26,000?
All the miles.
I would walk.
Yeah. He's already walked 500
So
miles.
our workplace is doing another walk challenge It's meant to promote people into wanting to walk after the new year and everything.
Yeah.
But you know how my normal walking schedule's been lately. I'm almost double second place, and that's
So
like,
you're saying that you lapped him?
yeah. I told him to do it on his left. And yeah, Eric second place, Sean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean he's got a position that's very mobile now though. So that, and I think he is doing some nice stuff after work too. So he's kind of getting motivated for the new year too. So
yeah, but he's too short. He's got short legs because JD. If anybody understands this, like Sean says, too short to box with God, and that's what JD is when it comes to walking. Because I think I'm 40 years old. I haven't even walked as long as JD has. Like, as many steps as he has and as many miles as he has, I haven't even walked my entire life that far.
well, let's find out how much I've done this year so far.
Right?
But other than that, just like an odd schedule week. This last week, one of our people was out, so we were kind of switching around with our shift.
Yeah.
And hours. Not too bad. It's actually been kind of a light week. Things kind of calmed down. Don't want to get too much into why, but my workplace had a little bit of a light week. So it was nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of time to relax and get other stuff done around the house. The answer to your question, this year alone, I have done 451.7 miles.
Yeah, see, that's way too much.
Total since I've started this walking, 2,427. And that was in June, I think. June.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can never look at JD and be like, you don't get your steps in.
I think I've lost about 30 pounds now
Nice.
since June. So I'm feeling pretty good. Keep on going.
That's fantastic.
Well, real quick before we continue on, I had to say this. You had talked about a little bit about your job. Mm-hmm. I talked a little bit about mine. Joe talked about his. But the funny thing that Joe did not tell you was the fact that as many pirate jokes as he has, there was almost a mutiny at his job.
Oh yes.
Oh.
So,
but that just
I'm not gonna go too far into it. But so I did get turned down for a position. For the manager of the department I am a supervisor in currently. However, when they announced it on Thursday, which was their first mistake, it should have been on a Friday, they announced who got the job. Everyone in the department is pissed. I won't say everyone. A lot of people in the department are pissed. So
much so that they were looking at Joe being like, when you want us to take him out. Like they were going to go to bat for him.
Yes.
It's a gift to the family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts, but I mean, I'm not complaining. But
I was going to say, you're still smiling about it, so. But he's built this team up. Like this is Joe's team.
Yeah.
So why not wake up with a horse head in your bed?
I mean, yeah.
Walking down the cubicle sounds like Venice right now.
Yeah.
So, JD, I wanted to try to rival you as far as steps, but there's no way. I have, for this week, I have done 30.1 miles.
Nothing wrong with that at all, man.
almost 66,000 steps.
Basically, as long as you do in your head, like, try to average 10,000.
Yeah, right.
And it's just baby steps. That's what I did.
Right.
I started out with 5,000 as the average. Went up from 5,000 to 10,000. 10,000, and then I kind of just added 2,000 steps each time.
For the month so far, for the last 30 days, it's 95.32 miles.
Nice.
So.
Perfect.
Right.
Again, that's all it is. Just baby steps.
Right.
I totally understand because I've also got 95 miles
in your life.
In my car.
I actually have to bring out something too here with this. So I have a challenge thing that I do, and everybody knows about it. So I bought a bunch of these challenges at the new year just to have my backlog ready for this. So as soon as I finish one, I could start the next one. Which, if you've been on my Facebook feed, you see it pop up all the time when I finish one. So I'm sitting there like, I'm set for the year. I'm perfect for the year. Then I sit there and get an email from them. When I started this thing, the main reason I started was to do the Lord of the Rings challenge that y'all remember.
Yeah, the Hobbit one.
Yes.
Yeah.
They sent a message saying, "Oh, your journey's not over yet. There's more coming."
Yeah.
And they put a countdown on there, and I'm sitting there like, "You jerks! Now I have to get that now."
So I have been thinking more and more about starting those challenges with you, just because the little mini marathons that you do, just because I want the medals.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
JD's room, like, honestly, if anybody ever gets to see this, his trophy case is basically like Ed and Lorraine Warren's, like, haunted museum. There's so much shit everywhere, and it's nothing but trophies.
Right.
Like, there's cryptic trophies, there's Halloween trophies, there's Hobbit trophies, there's Sean Bean death trophies. Like, there's so many
JD's
medals.
face.
Yes.
There's a JD's face trophy.
Yeah.
huh?
It's just Sean Bean on a throne with his
Yeah.
head decapitated. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
So usual Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a diner.
The normal.
I really don't. So I really would not want the Game of Thrones walking challenge because I feel like that would end very abruptly at some point.
Yeah. As long as you don't have to take on the mountain, you'd be okay. Or
It's
have
a
to,
real
like,
Eiffel.
oh, yeah. Game of Thrones will, like, I mean, it's over. They're trying to do the whole House of the Dragon spin-offs and everything like that. I look at Game of Thrones as, like, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 more years of it being gone. People are it's not gonna be the same, but maybe possibly the same as far as fan base. It's gonna be like Firefly. Everybody was pissed off that Firefly got canceled way too soon.
But it's not going to be like, and I know you're going to hate me for saying this because you hate this series, but you've got to admit it's true. It's not going to be like Lord of the Rings.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
But it definitely will be a cult classic.
Well, yeah.
I have to sit there and say this because it's one thing that the finale of Game of Thrones really buzzkilled it.
Right.
But here's a way to sit there and say it. Does anybody usually small talk Game of Thrones anymore?
No.
There you go.
Not
No
really.
one even small talks House of Dragons anymore.
No. So that's a good way of putting
I
it.
mean,
You know that
the
a show
most
is,
small talk I've heard right now is that 90s show.
Which I think you're on the second episode of, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They released 10 episodes.
how is it?
The first episode is rough for about halfway through, and then it gets better. And then the second episode is, because I'm about halfway through the second episode before Eric got a flat tire.
Thanks again, by the way. For your
Yeah,
help.
you're welcome.
You had your sitcom jump cut.
Right. So sometimes I think my life is a sitcom.
It is.
And
Ba-ba-dum-dum.
there's people just watching and I have no clue.
I mean,
Right?
The people in the audience are not going to applaud lights on.
I mean, you have your moments every other Friday at least now.
No, right.
You just have your guest, you have your neighbors in parentheses come in. Hey, Joe, what's up? And you hear the woo.
You mean that noise?
Oh no! Hi, audience. How are you guys? Eric's confused.
I am, a little bit.
We have an audience.
We have a cheer section.
Ah!
Yeah, he
That's
has a
fair.
laugh track, a cheer track.
Yeah, so say a joke, Eric.
I don't want to. Stop laughing at me,
Joe. Life.
Well, talking about things, like, to try to get back a little bit on subject before the laughter takes over way too much. I forgot to say this about the time off before we came back. I actually did get to check out another show, which, at the very end of it, like, I binge watched the entire season because I've always been a fan, and it's the original Walking Dead. It's not any of the spin-offs, but that's what it was. I watched 24 episodes of about 45 minutes to 50-minute long episodes, all 24, within a weekend. Like, I started Friday night, and I finished, like, Sunday afternoon. And I got through everything. The thing that was really messed up about it is the fact that it abruptly ended. They left it open for another season, but here's the thing. Walking Dead got canceled.
Mm-hmm. They're moving on to a spin-off series.
Yeah, why would you do that? Why would you sit there and make a season finale, leaving it open to continue the story, bringing back other characters that you hadn't seen for so long in flashback sequence, and then credits? Like, I am Joe knows this, JD knows this. I am totally okay with, like, talking about shitty movies where the movie starts, a scene happens, credits. That's really all you need to do. Lord of the Rings, key point. You could have done one action sequence, credits.
Right.
Because that's all that movie was worth. But if it's something that I enjoy watching, like The Walking Dead, because it was 11 seasons. It was 11 years of that show that I actually checked out, and I had my favorites. Michonne, Negan, Norman Reedus' character, Daryl Dixon. Like, he wasn't even a character in the comic book series. They created him for the show purpose.
Yep.
But you're going to end the show that way. Like, I'm not going to give anything away or no spoilers or anything like that, but I was so just... It was such a lackluster finish. I really wanted to sit there and see them close doors, not leave shit wide open. And they did. I don't know about the spinoffs, like Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know how good it is. I'm not ever going to check that out. I don't want to...
Don't Dead open inside?
Oh, God. I just don't want it. Like, I am part of the original series. Like, as it's gotten, more TV shows have done this, and they have spin-offs and everything like that. I'm very, like, original series kind of person. I started with the original series, the very first thing from the book that Robert Kirkman did. Then I was going to continuously keep checking it out. Now that series is over, Walking Dead, no pun intended, is dead to me. Like, I don't need to watch any more of the stuff.
Might I recommend another zombie series? One that I started watching this week.
Are you going to say Z Nation?
No. Something about, I don't know, The Last of Us? Yes, that started this last Sunday. I just finished watching episode 1 this week.
I really want to do a clicker noise right now, but I can't.
It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
The first episode...
Hey, sound guy. Where's it?
That's a predator.
Yes. I'm here. Come get me.
Get to the chopper.
Okay, that predator is like...
So, the first episode is an hour and 20 minutes long.
Okay.
So, they really hit it. You know, they have hit the track full speed.
Right.
So, the one thing about The Last of Us that it has a great story. It's based off of a game that started on the PS4? PS3. PS3. They remade it for PS4 whenever the PS4 came out. But it's one of the game, when it came out, and probably still to this day, if I ever made a Let's Play, it would probably be that game.
Right.
Because it is the most cinematic game out there, in my opinion. One of the most cinematic games.
One of my favorite parts in that game was when I first put it into my PS3 and started playing it, was the very first, like, 15, 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Like, that is extremely cinematic.
It is the best opening to a game.
Definitely.
It has its ups, letdowns. Like, So, The Last of Us, just in general, it's not a good world.
Yeah, right.
It makes The Walking Dead look like rainbow ponies and sunshine. I'm being honest.
With a little bit of Firefly.
Yeah. I mean...
Or Fireflies, I think is what they were called.
But yeah, it's dark. It is a really dark series. Like, it's got 2 games now under its belt.
Oh, yeah.
2 games, 1 DLC between them. That was like a prologue. But them making it into a TV series, from what I've gotten, the first season probably will be all the first game.
Yeah, I can see that.
They picked really good actors. Bella Ramsey is playing Ellie. And Joel is being played by Pedro Pascal.
Right.
Which, at first, like visually, I think they look good for it. Pedro has got Joel down, in my opinion. Even the voice actor for Joel in the TV or the video games,
right,
thinks he's done some stuff better than him.
Nice. Well, we have to also understand that Ellie is the main character.
Oh yeah,
she is the one that is the main.
Ellie is. So Joel in the first game is the first person, is the point of view.
Yes.
The advantage of it being a TV show is they can kind of jump cut to other stuff happening instead of focusing on the character that's being played by the player.
Right.
This time around. So other stuff can happen. So they can expand on the story. And then to add on top of it, they got the person who did the story of the game to do stuff for the TV show. So, smart.
Yeah, because that's going to keep the... I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to think of. It's not context, but...
The continuity of it?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
I mean, there is some stuff in the show that is almost 1-for-1 with the game.
Right.
In terms of, like, script writing. If you put that scene with the video game, it was a 1-for-1 almost.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they actually did a pretty good job.
I'm just kind of waiting to see, like...
I'm wanting to see how the other episodes go.
Right. I'm kind of wanting to see, like, there was parts, like, especially the clickers, which is one of the main villains in the game or whatever, but Joel had a sense to actually sit there and you could actually use your hearing ability and it would actually, like, show you through the walls of where the possibility... Like, I want to see how they do that in the show.
I'm wondering how they're going to do the clicker in general. For one, they've already noted that the person who's doing the sound effects for the clicker is still the same people who did the sound effects in the game. So
creepy. Okay.
They're something you won't forget.
Just real quick, you're talking about how kind of gloomy and apocalyptic Last of Us is. It just, every time you say stuff like that, like kind of grungy and everything like that, it always takes me back to one of my favorite movies from childhood.
Oh, which one is that?
It would be a movie called it's post-apocalyptic because he takes too many drops at the end and he saves the...
I took too much.
There you go. He would be great in Last of Us.
Oh man, you want to know what else he's good with?
What's that?
Our Audible ad.
Oh
yes,
yeah. Attention, all fans of cult classic films and behind-the-scene Hollywood stories. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and be entertained with If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor, now available on Audible.
In this memoir, actor Bruce Campbell takes listeners on a wild ride through his decades-long career in the film industry, from his early days as a struggling actor to his rise to cult stardom in films like The Evil Dead and Army of Darkness. With his signature wit and candid humor, Campbell shares the hilarious, bizarre, and sometimes downright crazy experiences he's had on set, as well as struggles and triumphs of being a B-movie actor.
If you're a fan of Bruce Campbell, like we all are, or just love behind-the-scenes Hollywood stories, If Chins Could Kill is a must-listen. Get your copy on Audible today at audibletrial.com/podsquad1 and get ready for a listening experience that's both informative and entertaining.
Thanks
Audible.
Groovy.
Yes. Thank you. You took it for... He beat me to it.
Yeah.
Leave me hanging. No, leave me hanging. Leave me hanging.
Did
Yeah,
he?
chop his arm. No.
Yes. Got the fist bump.
I'm going to lop off your wrist or you have to wear a chainsaw hand now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool with that?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I'm not cool with?
What's that?
What's wrong with Netflix?
It's Netflix.
Yeah. They have...
They've been canceling a lot of things.
Yeah.
This is a last minute to our script.
Yeah, it really is. It's
I'm
kind of
actually-
like a discussion more than anything.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up a light note with this.
See, that was the thing about, like, that's what I checked out the last season of Walking Dead on was Netflix. But it's not Netflix's fault that Walking Dead got canceled. That was the thing.
That's AMC's fault.
Yeah.
But one of the big things that's coming up here is apparently Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's gonna
Cobra
hurt me.
Kai never dies.
Unless it's canceled.
Damn it.
Netflix swept the leg.
So I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the article in general.
Did it win with an illegal move?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi could not stop Netflix. Daniel LaRusso could not stop Netflix. Hell, Johnny Lawrence couldn't stop Netflix. Like, it's just a titan. Like, Netflix butterfly kicked the fuck out of him.
So basically, Cobra Kai will end with season 6 on Netflix. The creators announced today.
Maybe he'll just go back to YouTube.
YouTube Red? Yeah.
Premium now.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
It is premium.
it sounded too much like RedTube.
If you don't know.
Now you know.
Don't go.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
So Cobra Kai. I'm trying to get this all set up. Our day one goal with Cobra Kai has always been to end it on our terms, leaving the valley in the time and place we've always imagined. So is it with so they actually did want this season to be their last season.
Really?
From their sounding here. So it is with immense pride and thankfulness that we are able to announce that achievement. The upcoming season 6 will mark the conclusion of Cobra Kai. While this may be a bittersweet day for the fandom, the Miyagi-verse, the Miyagi-verse has never been stronger.
Pat Morita's rolling over in his grave.
Right.
This fandom is the best on the planet. We hope to be telling more Karate Kid stories with you down the line.
Ooh.
I mean, make another movie. Like,
Because we all know Cobra Kai never dies.
Yes.
I'm just saying, make another movie because nothing could be worse than Karate Kid Part 4 with Hilary Swank. You can only fail upwards, Hollywood. Really think about that. Just don't cast someone like Hilary Swank. Like, you all had the gall and audacity to sit there and put Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi, in a movie with Hilary Swank. And tried to make a female version of Daniel LaRusso. Daniel LaRusso was already female-like. You didn't have to make him into a female, like, literal. With a military boyfriend who obviously just did not make it out of boot camp. Because the dude could not fight for himself. She had to defend his honor. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Then Karate Kid came out on YouTube, like you said.
Yeah.
And went to Netflix. The good thing about, like, okay, I'm glad that they're going out on their terms and ending on season 6. But if they were to abruptly end, I'm probably going to ugly cry at the end of season 6. I'm not going to lie. I didn't ugly cry towards Walking Dead, but I told you why. But I wouldn't be sad that Karate Kid is leaving. Because here was the thing. As far as being a Karate Kid fan, just like we all are, they brought back every single person but Mr. Miyagi.
Right.
They couldn't because he had already passed away.
Right.
They did it right by fans.
Yes,
They
did.
brought every single person that mattered. And that, I'm not going to say that.
And they did it
I'm
well,
not doing
too.
the stupid universe name. But they brought everybody.
Miyagi-verse?
Yeah, no. They brought everybody in Karate Kid's universe back.
They did. And they did it in a perfect way.
Right.
In my opinion. I thought it's a fantastic series.
Oh, yeah.
So the other thing, like for example with Netflix here, that I pulled up though, that actually was a pretty shitty move by Netflix, and I have theories about this, why they did it. There's an animated show that they were working on called Inside Job.
Okay.
It was made by a really good series creator of a show on Disney called Gravity Falls.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, which is
I
a
haven't
really
watched it.
it's apparently a really good animated show, I was told.
Huh.
So I gotta watch that one through a bit more too. But this is a world like it took place in a world where conspiracy theories are real, and it's from a secret government organization.
That makes sense.
So it's kind of like adult comedy, haha, type thing to it. And it was broken up into 2 parts, 20 episodes total.
Okay.
And it was renewed for season 2. Well, then the year switched over, and then all of a sudden Netflix said, nah. Even though it had some good popularity ratings.
Huh.
And the theory is they wanted to write it off for taxes.
I'm telling you, Netflix is going under.
They've done that with a couple of shows, apparently. A lot of animated shows, they've been doing that, too.
Yeah.
It's almost like animated shows are kind of getting shit on by both them, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right.
I say Warner Brothers Discovery. That's better.
It's HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max.
HBO Max.
Soon to be Max, I think.
Just Max, yeah. It's supposed to be, but I haven't seen a change yet.
Yeah. But instead Netflix keeps shows and keeps on renewing stuff like This Just to Me.
Oh, God.
Like Big Mouth.
Right.
He gets it.
Yeah.
They renew that, and then they make a spinoff. I don't know anymore.
Well, we had actually been we were doing a little bit of research earlier and stuff like that. One of the...
just a little.
Right. There was one that's basically the Diamond in the Rough on Netflix right now. That was... it was a kind of not really a shock to everybody, but it was surprising, how much popularity it gained. And that would be the show Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So that was kind of like their ace in the hole. So much so that they were, it was going to pull them out of the depths, and people were really viewing it. And the dance sequence on Wednesday, like everybody's doing it. Like
Right.
everybody is doing it.
Most people there's a few people there thinking that was original. It was something from the old
Yeah, it's from the
black
original.
and white.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she did her research and stuff like that. But what I was getting at is like, it was going to help them tremendously and stuff. So what did Netflix do? Yeah, they were like, well, we'll cancel it.
No, it's not canceled.
Well, there was a rumor being spread around that it was potentially canceled.
So it was bought by Amazon, but it is not leaving Netflix.
So Amazon is basically pulling Netflix out of the fire then.
Kind
Like,
of.
they're kind of
Essentially,
helping them.
yeah.
And essentially they're paying for it now.
More than likely, what my guess is there's some kind of contract in the background where Netflix has it contracted for so many seasons.
Right.
And once that contract's up, Amazon will pull it from Netflix, and kind of like the whole Hulu with the Orville thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so up until the newest season that's about to come out is going to be on Hulu, and then it's going to be on HBO Max.
It's not similar, but it's also the same thing with like how Cobra Kai went from YouTube to...
Right.
They bought the rights for it, but this time around they kind of are still keeping it on the original platform for a little bit.
But with Amazon buying that title, they could do, even if they can't do anything with the Wednesday show, like the actual Wednesday show, since they will own that IP, they could do anything with it, any other spinoff that they wanted with Amazon Prime.
Yep, that's true. So we could have Uncle Fester show in the background.
Right. We could have a whole Adams verse.
I can't believe you just said that.
The Misadventures of Thing.
Yeah.
Thing shorts.
What was it? What was the crazy? Not uncle, but it was the
It.
cousin. It.
Cousin it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you talking about the one that looked like a giant mop?
Yes.
Yeah. That's cousin it.
They could do the It logo only with hair instead of blood.
Don't forget Lurch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Which he made
that would
brief
just be the
appearances.
whole. Yeah, but that would be the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like somebody rings the doorbell, he opens it up, and he's like, "You right." Credits.
Speaking of spinoffs,
Yeah.
FX just confirmed, and they are beginning to film an Aliens TV series. Kind of like, I guess.
Are we talking about like Sigourney Weaver? Or are we talking about like illegal aliens? Like sombrero wearing illegal aliens.
Not the type of not you, Eric.
Shut your face.
We're going with the things that have two mouths.
Are we still talking about illegal aliens?
As reported by Deadline, FX head John Landreth has revealed that filming on the first ever live-action series within the iconic sci-fi horror franchise is set to begin in 2023. And assuming everything goes well, should be out next year. According to the report, Landgraf also said that Hawley has submitted all of the scripts for the show, which will take place on Earth. That's the weird part in my head.
Right.
Ridley Scott, though, director of the original and Alien Covenant, Prometheus, is the producer of this one.
Okay, so it has the potential to be done right.
Yes. If they don't run in a straight line on a rolling ship.
Look, yeah. I mean...
I say that because of Prometheus. But
Right.
speaking earlier this year with the Hollywood Reporter, Landgraf had this to say about the show's story. It takes place before Ripley. And it's the first story in the Aliens franchise that takes place on Earth. It takes place on our planet near the end of the century we're currently in. 70-odd years from now is what they're planning. So, 2093 is what they're going to go with, I guess.
At least I get to see what Earth's going to be like by that time.
All I can tell you is Ripley won't be a part of it, and neither will any other characters, other than the alien.
Right.
I mean, obvious.
Yeah, the xenomorph.
And speaking of other things from not really FX, I guess, does FX own Hulu? Or is a member of Hulu?
I believe it's a member of Hulu.
I think, yeah.
So they are also making another Alien movie from director Fede Alvarez. Did I say that right? Alvarez?
Why are you looking at me? Ain't that a bitch?
Who directed Evil Dead and Don't Breathe.
Okay.
Good movies, in my opinion.
Evil Dead, and Don't Breathe was decent, yeah.
Okay. It's in the works for Hulu in addition for the series. So,
Okay. Well, see, there's the thing about Hulu is Hulu was the one that actually dropped the new Hellraiser. So, in watching the new Hellraiser, I had some questions for it of like, why would you go that way with it and everything? But if Hulu is going to continue to bring out, characters from the past of my childhood and everything like that, and they can do it somewhat right, I'd be on board for that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So,
but there is no known release date for the series as of yet. Mm-hmm. But they did say later next year, hopefully. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get a trailer down the line in this year, and we'll be sure to talk about it.
Well, if Alvarez can do it correctly and stuff like that, if he made a trailer that potentially had two characters that were going to face off, and they could put it as a prequel, a sequel, a reimagining or whatever. But if it's someone who can't be within like 500 feet of a school, that would be one portion, and the other one be like someone who like stalks like catfishes like Facebook posts and stuff like that. You could still use Alien versus Predator. Like it's totally okay to use that.
Are they trying to sneak a AVP multiverse in to Hulu? Now that I think about it, because didn't they just release Prey?
Mm-hmm. Did it just click?
Oh dear God!
It just clicked for him. There you go.
That'd be
Holy
a quick
fuck!
verse.
AVP verse incoming again. Oh God!
But see, everybody has praised Prey. as being one of the best.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it yet.
Right.
Because I want to see it, but I don't have Hulu.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
You can come over and watch it.
Yeah, and I'll bring my HBO Max over.
There you go.
And you can watch The Last of Us.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, no. So, Joe,
Yeah.
this is something that could actually be hitting us as well.
Yeah,
Next
so
article.
yeah,
I'll let you read this.
Yeah. And I've actually done a little bit of research on it as well. So,
Okay, good,
but I'll
good.
I'll read through so I don't, do the same thing that I always do and say something out loud that you've already typed up.
Or possibly give us another lawsuit.
Right. Another? Yeah, there was.
Has it
that
been
one.
15 seconds?
Since when?
Yeah, it's been 15 seconds.
yeah.
Fuck!
But you were saying, sir?
Yeah, so there's a new YouTube policy change, and it's getting rolled back after multiple user backlash. So, yeah. So, announced in November, the updated swearing policy has caused serious...
Consideration.
yeah, wow, I can't read tonight.
Typo.
Yeah.
Consternation.
That it wasn't me, it was you. Okay, gotcha. Consideration among content creators as all videos on YouTube's channel, not just those that have been newly uploaded, can be demonetized if there is swearing within the first 15 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even more likely ads will be pulled if the video contains a curse word within the first 7 seconds, and a video is practically guaranteed to be deemed ineligible for ads if swearing dominates the entire clip. Shit.
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
Damn it.
You're fine.
Yeah. Damn it and hell are good. We're getting to that.
You did it again.
Stop risking our profanity.
What the fuck?
As the
You
ship,
shit spackled Muppet fart.
Flavor enhancers here.
no sentence enhancers.
Word uppers.
As the shit, I mean, The Verge, the piece of shit, I mean, The Verge, reports, words are mostly treated equally under this policy. This means moderate profanity, such as asshole, is reportedly ranked the same as motherfucker. Yeah.
All right.
Damn and hell are fine. They're not considered curse words anymore.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it as like I've been called, like, people know me to be an asshole. I don't know that had other meanings to it now. Now I'm just going to like, shit.
You damn hellion, you.
Yeah, right? I'm a heathen, sir. Okay, so we basically have to...
Somehow fit damn and hell into our sentence enhancers from here on out?
Yes.
I'm just going to make up another cuss word.
Varvignugan.
Not a Star Trek curse word.
A Derpington.
No, because instead of saying the F
one
word... See,
I was so amazed by that. That hurt my jaw.
I heard a pop.
I can't put that on live.
No, what I was going to say is, like, I don't know, like, somebody's... I don't know. Instead of saying, like, the F-bomb, like the F word or whatever like that. I mean, it's become, like, everyday words now. Like, a lot of people I talk to, the F word just comes freely. Just comes out. But just, I don't know. Like, just think of a random word that nobody would ever, kind of put as a bad word, and then just start using that.
Urban Dictionary, let's go.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Squozen?
Squozen.
No.
There we go.
Damn that.
You do not take my word.
Damn that squoze into hell.
Oh, those squozen alien.
The nascent? Is that
Nascent?
Nascent?
Yes.
Okay. The nascent swearing crackdown contracts with an earlier softening in its approach to cursing in April 2021, when the platform said it would not pull ads from videos that had moderate profanity, example, shit, and bitch.
Damn it, I forgot that one.
Yeah. In the first 30 seconds. The policy no longer stands, it seems, a video that features a moderate usage of profanity risks being demonetized.
So, Joe, what I'm getting out of this is from a famous person in a black suit with a breather said,
Yeah.
I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Right. Creators have slammed YouTube for potentially leaving them without a stable source of income, as the majority of their videos could get demonetized.
True.
Yeah. Mr. Beast is fine, though.
He's innocent.
Right. They've also taken issue with the apparent lack of communication from the YouTube streaming site around the policy rollout, with some such as...
Critical,
yeah.
He's a pretty good Penguin Zero.
Yeah, right. CR1, capital T-I.
He is a very well-known YouTuber.
Critical.
I respect him.
Saying that YouTube treated the policy change like a government secret. Adding that his YouTube contact did not even know that the change had been made until looking it up.
That's pretty bad. Whenever the...
Right. So I've heard a couple of things now that I'm actually through that article, and so I kind of understand their change in policy too, though. So if you think about it, say you're an advertiser or you represent a plethora of different companies, right? Like a lot of these advertisement companies do. They represent multiple companies that want to advertise on a platform. Suddenly sits there and says, "Hey, guess what? We don't want to be associated with your platform if this happens."
In the end, it's what happens whenever you have advertising,
Or,
et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Now, I do agree with them that YouTube should have given them a heads up, but maybe YouTube didn't have a heads up themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's very possible that happened.
Well, one thing I don't like with this backtrack, I guess you could say, in rules is that not only does this affect the stuff that they're working on now, but this will, since this happened, it also affects everything they've done
in the past. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're going to change something, change it as per that point.
You would think there would be, since, it's Google owned, right? Mm-hmm. You would think there would be a way that they could create an algorithm. Another one. Yeah, right.
As I smack my face.
That has rules in it so that certain advertisers are on certain videos instead of just everyone in a big pool.
Yes. So,
okay, these advertisers don't want to be associated with this type of language. Let's put them over here in this pool where it's clean and, the kid videos and all that kind of stuff.
You mean like YouTube Kids?
Yeah.
Like they already got?
Right. Or you have the ones that don't give a shit and sit there and like, okay, we'll monetize anything you want,
Oh my gosh!
But I do agree that the lack of communication.
Sucks. Down to the point where the freaking executives that are kind of like kind of like YouTube agents. That's basically what they are.
Right.
The agents are literally just like, I didn't hear about. Holy shit!
That's a thing. Right.
Yeah. So, gosh. I mean, so we just got to wait 15 seconds.
Yeah.
7
seconds for some words, 15 seconds for others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't go too crazy with the words.
Yeah. Like every other word can't be a fucking cuss word, goddammit.
I don't fucking understand what you're shitting saying here. Mate.
Arr.
Fuck off.
Oh, gosh. But getting away from Streaming Corner.
Yes, everything else.
Yes, everything else. Speaking of policy changes.
Oh, God, more policy changes.
Something near and dear to my heart's getting fucked with.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, D&D. Why?
Because they didn't roll it, whatever.
They rolled an at one.
In their own words, even.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, I'm trying to fix up my stuff over here. Gosh. Okay. Game makers flee D&D amid growing licensing concerns.
Yeah.
So this is an incoming big info dump. This is probably one of our bigger articles because I tried to put this down into a tight thing, but it's really impossible because they fucked up that much.
Eric, time for you to take a nap because this is a area where you have no interest.
You don't know. I might do an actual play someday.
Yeah.
I think he'd like it.
Roll for luck.
Yes. Roll for luck.
I'm gonna roll for a cuss word.
So, okay, guys. There was a oh no. Oh no.
I rolled poorly.
Yes, you did. Holy shit.
4, 3, 2.
Well, that
the 9 isn't bad.
The 3 on the D4's not bad.
Yeah.
But so D&D, or Wizards of the Coast technically, was doing some changes.
I'm gonna roll when he's talking about this.
Give him the D20.
Yeah.
Give him the D20.
No, I'll roll the same ones he
That's
rolled.
a skill. D20 is what you want.
I want to roll all of them.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative, my good sir.
You want to blow on my dice? Give me some luck. No? You don't need...
Bad luck. Average.
Yeah.
So these leaked changes that came out
You're
would do away
always
with the
average.
game maker's long-standing policy that empowers third-party D&D creators to make and sell their own content to support the game, replacing it with a much more strict set of rules that would include a royalty and a controversial clause stating that Wizards has the right to use those creators' content however it likes. Oh.
Get it all out. There you go.
Yeah, several creators announced their intent to move away from this rule set, 5th edition, in favor of a more open source alternative. It was really bad with this whole thing. Like, as soon as they announced it, or this leak came out, it was multiple bigger companies sitting there and saying, okay. Like, for example, First Cobalt Press, which makes products under the open game license that was originally part of D&D, announced their intent to work on a new core fantasy tabletop rule set. Available, open, and subscription-free for those who love it. And they called it Codename Black Flag.
Okay.
Project Black Flag. Though it moved away from the original, or the open game license, and 5e is noteworthy, Cobalt coupled the announcement with the news that none of their current products would be impacted by this thing. So, a lot of their stuff. Some other big ones, like Paizo Entertainment, which makes Pathfinder.
Right.
Which, I will be honest, Pathfinder is literally D&D 3.5.
Right.
Which a lot of people said was the good version.
I have comments, but I want to hold my comments until you're done with the article in case it's included in the article. This is something else that
I have some stuff added to this as well. So
okay.
I will add one thing on top of this, which is a huge dick move. But Paizo announced a similar initiative called the Open RPG Creative License, or ORC.
Wow.
Alongside some strong words directed at Wizards' planned deauthorization of the original OGL. We believe that any interpretation of that the OGL 1.0 or 1.0A were intended to be revocable or able to be deauthorized is incorrect, and with good reason. And here's the other reasoning with this too. The creators of Paizo made the original OGL. They were fucking there.
Right.
Paizo owners Lisa Stevens and Paizo president Jim Butler were leaders on the D&D team at Wizards at the time. Brian Lewis, co-founder of Azora Law, the intellectual property law firm that Paizo uses, was the attorney at Wizards who came up with the legal framework for the OGL.
Wow.
Paizo has also worked very closely on OGL-related issues with Ryan Dancy, the visionary who conceived the OGL in the first place. So literally, Paizo's just like, what the fuck, man?
Right. Come on, guys. Why is it spicy?
The company added, Paizo does not believe that the OGL 1.0a can be deauthorized. Ever. While we are prepared to argue that point in a court of law if need be, we don't want to have to do that. And we know that many of our fellow publishers, literally all of them,
Right.
are not in a position to do so. We have no interest whatsoever in Wizards' new OGL. Instead, we have a plan that we believe will and unquestionably keep
Roll a 20.
alive. Give me a D20. D20. I need a D20. Let me see if I can say this correct. Okay. Language. 13. That makes sense. Irrevocably? I have bad English.
Where are we at here? Highlight it.
Highlight it.
Yeah.
Can you say that word?
Where did you go? Put your cursor just near it. Oh, there we go.
Irrevocably.
Irrevocably?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Irrevocably.
And unquestionably keep alive the spirit of the open game license. The sentiment seems to be shared by many others. The indie publisher The Rook and the Raven, who tweeted, in light of recent events, canceling our D&D Beyond subscriptions didn't feel sufficient. We have formally withdrawn from all licensing negotiations with Wizards, Wizards D&D, and Hasbro. In a reply to a commenter, the publisher also claimed that Wizard has been issuing not very veiled threats and our business every few months by video chat, phone, and email since 2019. And that's a large part of the reasons we decided to cut ties. Which is kind of sad to hear. So I also added this as well. Another big group is called Chaosium, which has made the Call of Cthulhu game. One of my favorite ones.
Right.
They also are in an issue with this.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They use a different system.
Yeah, they do use a different
but
system.
it still would affect them because they still use a D20 setup and stuff like that. It still can end it.
That has to do with what
it's vague, but it's dangerous.
Well, that has to do with what I'm going to comment on once you're done.
Here.
Yeah.
So Wizards of the Coast did respond to the backlash, which I think you might be talking about that later. One of the things they sat there and said, end quote, was, "We rolled a nat 1, guys." But still, it was an apology, and at the same time, one thing that really pissed me off with it is they said, oh, it was just a draft. You don't make people sign drafts.
No, you don't.
Because they were trying to get people to sign this thing. And one thing that this would affect as well, it could cause this OGL change could make multiple small tabletop podcasts, such as well as the big supporters, have huge issues. One in particular.
Oh, yeah.
Critical Role.
Critical Role, yeah.
This, which helped push Wizards of the Coast back into the limelight in D&D. That would cause them, because it is a homebrewed system that he's using. He's not just using the base D&D.
Nope.
That would mean this would go under the OGL license that they have. And not only, even though they are getting paid to do this stuff, I know it's a big setup, but they would be having to pay more to do this, which in turn, I don't think the guys would want to keep on doing it.
Right.
I mean, I hate to say it that way. So, but from what I've seen, there's been a huge mass exodus already from D&D's paid service, D&D Beyond, because there's an extra rumor that got added yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't hear about this.
So
one.
this leak, I don't have my article in front of me, but I read it. There is a rumor that has not been 100% confirmed, but it was hinted that D&D Beyond since Wizards could not get this OGL to go through, they're thinking of upping the cost of D&D Beyond to $40 a month.
Oh, God. Why would you stay?
I don't understand either. And people that are doing the free trial would lose all the homebrew rules.
Wow.
So they would be getting the bare bones essentials.
Okay.
So it's weird. And in the end, here's what I see out of it. It's not just Wizards of the Coast, it's Hasbro.
Right.
Because Hasbro, I think we talked about this last episode, has been having a lot of money issues.
Yes.
And they did admit in a recent thing that, oh my gosh, D&D is so popular, but it doesn't make in enough money. Why does it have such freedom to it?
Yeah. So, I have a comment.
Yes.
So, I actually specifically watched a video about this by one of my favorite content creators, Legal Eagle.
Oh,
believe it or not, which he thought we were all nerds and everything else.
He's not wrong.
Shut your mouth.
He's a rules lawyer over there.
Yeah, right. Well, so one of his buddies was actually hospitalized that would normally do this type of YouTube video, but he decided to do it for him.
That's
basically.
nice.
Right. So what he said is that you can copyright a intellectual property, right? An IP.
Yes.
Pictures, certain words and phrases, trademarks, stuff like that.
And they do that.
Right. You cannot copyright a rule set. So, if you wanted to create a game that worked like Monopoly, but with a different board, different phrasing, and different figures, you could make Monopoly. You know, just different name and everything else. But they couldn't stop you from using the same rules.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same thing with D&D, is they can't stop you from using the same rules. There is no legal basis.
Mm-hmm.
So this OGL is bullshit to begin with.
Yeah.
The only thing that would stop them is if they put, like, I'm sure some of the these creators put, like, D&D Companion or something like that on their, or D&D Adventure or something along that on their books and stuff like that. That would be the only thing that would stop them from being able to use those. Remove that little word or anything that Wizards of the Coast has created.
Well, so D&D itself is considered a D20 module.
Right.
D20 is basically, we have here a 20-sided die, and for a D20 module is literally, hey, I need to do this action. Oh, I'm going to roll the D20.
Right.
So that there is the system
Right.
basis. A lot of games do use the D20 module.
Right.
I have ran a couple of games using Chaosium system for Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Which uses the percentile, which is two 10-sided die. One that has 10 through 90, or 0 through 90, double 0 through 90. And the other one is 1 through 10, or 1 through 0. And then you roll them both at the same time, and that's your percentile. And it's a game of blackjack.
Right.
How low can you go? It sounds complicated, but
it's not.
It's not. If you hear the game being played, you'll sit there and be like, "Oh, I understand that," and it's just kind of second thought at that point while you're just telling the story. It's basically playing a video game RPG with imagination.
Right.
SpongeBob, imagination.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like a video game, right? They can copyright, like a video game. They can copyright the code and everything else.
Yes.
But they can't copyright the rules and how the game plays as long as you don't use the same set that they use.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But the thing that is the big issue is now anybody that is playing a game,
right?
If they try to use this OGL change, anybody that's playing something online, just to be like, hey, this is my show, guys. Let's sit here and listen to us play this game.
So all Matt Mercer and the Critical Role people have to do is still run their games, just don't call it D&D.
Oh yeah. No,
They can still do Vox Machina and all that.
Technically, they've done stuff for Wizards of the Coast,
Right.
but they could just simply pull it away and just call it the Exandria.
Yes, I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of the lands. They could just call it Exandria United or something like that. And there
Right.
you go. This is our rule set for Exandria United.
Right. And then Wizards of the Coast can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Even with the whatever.
But the only thing would be that they couldn't use something like the Drow
Right.
or
yeah.
a Mind Flayer.
Right.
Those type of monsters and characters.
They would have to come up with something, but at the same time, you could still use elves because elves aren't the same. Aren't
Elves
specific to D&D. Gnomes aren't.
Yeah.
Orcs aren't. Goblins aren't.
Yeah, they don't have control over that.
Yeah. Now mimics and
a lot of things.
Yeah.
And apparently so another thing I've been hearing about online too is there's already a mass pushback on this whole thing as
Right.
well. But them sitting there and saying, "Oh, they're going to do that, then we're just going to basically not go see the movie when that comes out."
another movie. That's funny.
They're making that. It actually looks
yeah.
good.
Not all, but some look good in trailers.
Yeah,
And they're not good when you go to see the movie.
I know.
I mean, there has not been a good D&D movie.
I know.
There has.
My
not.
hopes are very
And what
high.
was
for
that?
this one.
What was that early 2000s one?
Don't say that one. No.
What? Hold on.
Oh God. Oh God.
Let's see. What was it called here? It was just Dungeons and Dragons with. Who was it? Martin Wayans?
Oh God. It had nothing to do with D&D.
I mean that was a ridiculous movie, and it was.
I mean, I have to ask you, Eric, on this end. Like, if I ever did run a game, even if it was off the air, would you play either a high fantasy game, or would you want me to pull out a horror game?
Is that even a question? It'd be a horror game.
Oh, you'd like the Cthulhu system then?
Yes.
Because it has something called sanity.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's probably like the best thing about this thing. So you get your character that you play, your story. Joe has seen this in action, of how much of a downhill spiral the sanity system can
I
cause.
love it.
So basically you start out as a basic setup. And then you start seeing the shit.
Yeah.
You see the monsters. You see the things.
Okay.
You're a normal person and you see something that should not fucking exist. Of course, you're probably going to sit there and be like, what the fuck is that? That does not need to be a thing. Then I would sit there and say, okay, just roll your sanity. And it slowly and surely, degrade. If you lose a certain amount in an hour, I give a short-term insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's added to your thing. You could have a phobia.
Right.
You could have a moment of either run, hide, or fight. Or just stand still.
So you're essentially like emphasizing the fight or flight response.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fight
So
or
check this out. So you're saying I gotta roll for my sanity? I'm insane.
No, lower numbers are better.
Yes.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
the fun thing with Call of Cthulhu.
Okay.
How low can you go?
Yep.
So,
Well, see, this is the messed up part. Is Xbox actually had a game called Call of Cthulhu?
Yes.
And I actually enjoyed
You're
playing
talking
that
about
game.
Dark Reaches of the Earth.
Yes.
Yes. If you like that game,
Yeah.
you would actually like this tabletop game.
Yes.
Okay.
We should play once.
I'll have to find one of my old campaigns and set it up for a modern day scenario.
Hey, as long as it's not one of those games, because I trust JD in making games up and stuff like that. They're fun for the most part until you have to wait 24 hours. for, someone to get back to you, or you have to figure out that you have to tear apart the box top to get a different secret. So,
oh gosh.
which if anybody out there is near a Target, you might want to run by and pick up what game?
What was the name of that game? Box One.
Box One
By
Neil Patrick Harris.
Legendary. It's a great trivia game. I would recommend it. It is a good trivia game, isn't it?
As much as I'm giving it and stuff, it was definitely fun.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would recommend the trivia game.
We
It had a
came
lot
very close to cheating many times.
It is very hard.
It's supposed to be a one-player game.
Yeah.
No, it could potentially be a one-player game.
No,
It-
it's supposed to be a one-player
It is supposed to be a one-player.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
I
it was
sat
one.
there and said when I read the rules, nah, I'd rather do this with my friends because trivia games are better together.
Right.
Trivia game. Trivia.
I just like the fact that as the storyline goes on, like Neil Patrick Harris is at first looked at as the good guy. Yeah.
Right.
He becomes a crazy psychopath in the trivia game.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if anybody could pull that off, it would be him. So,
So Joe,
Yes.
us and our AI companion there that you got on your computer,
Yes.
he has a rival now.
He does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please throw that up there.
So, a college student made an app that exposes AI written essays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, Chat GPT,
Yes.
which we love, could potentially be writing some of our articles or ads.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence generated dialogue has gotten pretty sophisticated.
Yes.
Yeah. To the point where it can write convincing sounding essays and ads.
It's like I wrote that ahead of time.
Right. God, I gotta stop that. So Edward Taine,
Is it Tain?
Tien?
Tien?
Taint.
Chaozu.
Taine.
Tien!
A computer science, it's Tien.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Don't Vegeta this up.
Renegade for life, bitch!
A computer science student at Princeton built an app called GPT-0 that can quickly and efficiently label whether an essay was written by a person or ChatGPT. In a series of recent tweets, Tien provided examples of GPT-0 in progress. The app determined John McPhee's New Yorker essay frame of reference to be written by a person and a LinkedIn post to be created by a bot. On Twitter, he said he created the app over the holidays and was motivated by the increasing possibility of AI plagiarism. Can you plagiarize an AI?
Can an AI plagiarize?
No. We'll get there. I gotta stop myself. GPT-0 uses perplexity and burstiness.
Yes.
Burstiness. Because I have watched some stuff about this too. To determine whether a passage was written by a bot. Perplexity is how... I'm glad I didn't say anything because you explained it. Perplexity is how random the text is in a sentence and whether the way a sentence is constructed is unusual or surprising to the app. But burstiness, I never can say that right, compares these sentences to one another, determining their sameness or how much alike they are.
Fun fun words for this one.
Right. Human writing has more burstiness, which is to say we tend to write with more sentence variation.
We do.
Yeah. Concerns about plagiarism have abounded since OpenAI launched ChatGPT blah, 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 on November 30th, 2022. More than 1 million people used it within 5 days post-launch, including myself.
It's so crazy.
The AI-powered software can write basic essays and emulate the style of established writers. In December, OpenAI said it would watermark ChatGPT output in order to combat plagiarism.
Which is nice.
Yeah, kind of. In his newsletter, Tien said he's working on more updates to GPT-0, including improving the model capabilities and scaling the app out fully.
So one thing about this as well, I gotta add, is he doesn't hate ChatGPT. He just doesn't want it to be used for stuff like college essays.
Right.
Because, that's the easy way out, kids.
Right.
I failed.
You failed.
I got you.
Oh, you failed.
You said low is the...
Not this time. I guess it's up to me to save your asses again.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one. How about ChatGPT? How are they doing?
Hold on. Let's
Tell us a story about a dice roll.
hold on. I just want to tell it to roll for initiative. See what happens.
But yeah, I mean, we've been using ChatGPT for some of our ad setups,
Right.
Yeah.
and some of our jokes with like we do some of these trailers and stuff like this that we've made just to see what it would say, and it's done a good job. You can definitely tell that some of the ads we've done for Audible, for example, can be a little. We've had to edit some of them to make them sound a little bit better.
See, I still have nightmares and wake up in cold sweats over the, Jonah, or I'm sorry,
Oh, the John Wick.
John Wick and Neo.
Oh, such a beautiful romance.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Or the Bill and Ted.
Right. John Wick plus Neo.
That four-wheel. What would that be called? It's not a third wheel scenario. That would be a.
Well, I mean, let's see. One of my favorite Keanu movies was Point Break. So let's go ahead and add Johnny Utah in there.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
No.
A fatal five-way.
Is that an orgy for one?
If you have to ask. Yeah, you're screwed.
I got a mean look.
Yes, it was glorious.
What did you get out of that, Joe?
So ChatGPT is having an error right now. I cannot get it to generate anything.
Oh,
I can get logged in.
so you're saying it's having PC or computer issues?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not always useful.
Right.
Did you try to turn them off and turn them back on again?
Yes.
Okay.
Did it roll a nat one? That's a nat
Apparently,
one.
yeah, that is a nat one.
Oh, Joe.
Well, since he did roll the one,
Yes.
like the worst roll possible, I think he needs to get punished.
Yes. Like
Oh,
some
God.
mystery articles.
No.
Yeah, let's punish him with a little bit of
no.
Yes, so
Most
Joe,
people call them brain teasers. We like to call them just fucking Joe up. So,
God damn it.
yeah.
I hate this part.
me and Eric have some great articles here for you.
Yes.
So, you gave us 2 weeks.
Oh, fuck.
I found 3 articles.
Okay.
I'm going to start with...
Surprised it wasn't more.
People are... I didn't look at Florida Man.
Yeah, don't test him.
I stayed away from Florida. So, our first one... Did you get a chance to read all of these, Aaron?
Not all of them,
Okay.
but I did get like an overview.
Okay. So, I kind of want you to help me out with some of this one.
All right.
So the first article is a programmer inspired by Office Space stole over $300,000 from their employer.
Oh, I heard about this one.
So this isn't so blind.
No.
So, yeah, we'll go reading through this a little bit.
So, a developer working for an e-commerce company in Seattle, Washington, which nothing really ever bad happens in Seattle, but took inspiration from the movie Office Space when deciding to steal over $300,000 from his employer. As the register reports, 28-year-old Ermelindo Valdez Castro, which that just screams prison time, was hired in 2018 as a developer working on the customer checkout process for e-commerce company
Zulili.
I am the gatekeeper. Are you the key master? Anyways.
I'm Zulili.
However, in 2022, Castro decided to take a little more than his agreed salary by making a malicious?
Yes.
Malicious software edits to Solili.com checkout system.
Yes. So apparently these edits initially allowed Castro to divert these shipping fees on customer orders to a Stripe.com account that he controlled. Castro subsequently tweaked the code to start charging customers double for shipping and then routed half of these to his Stripe account, so Zulili received the other half, clearly hoping that the company and customers wouldn't notice this. So finally, he manipulated the price of the merchandise items on Zulili.com so he could purchase them for pennies on the dollar. Whew. Combined, these 3 malicious acts of software engineering netted him $302,278.52. However, it didn't go unnoticed, obviously, by the fraud team for the company. This led him to being placed on administrative leave and subsequently fired. It wasn't until Castro returned to his work laptop that the link to Office Space was discovered.
Yeah.
So,
if you really want to be technical about it and stuff, but, you know, I mean, he is going to serve some jail time.
Yes.
He also has a whole bunch of subscriptions to magazines that he'll never read. So that's another bad thing. And on top of everything, Zulili had him coming in on Saturday, and they're going to have him come in on Sunday to finish out the weekend. Yeah. And also on top of that, Lumberg fucked him over. So,
yeah.
Of course.
Unfortunately for Castro, the Zulili building didn't burn down before his fraud was discovered.
Damn.
And the former developer will have to face up to his crime on January 26th at the King County Superior Court in Seattle. There is little chance of Zulili getting his money back, as Castro told the police he'd already spent it all on bad investments.
and red staplers.
Yes.
Stapler.
I would put strychnine in the margarita mix.
But again, it kind of sucks that Joe knew about that one.
It's okay because we created a mat for Joe on his off time from the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jump to conclusions mat. But since he already broke his windshield, we didn't want him to drive down his driveway and get hit by another car. So, if you couldn't tell, we are all big fans of Office Space.
Right.
So, Joe.
Technically, Joe's real name is Michael Bolton.
Our second article.
Yes. Number 2
Number 2 on the list. So
I've had a lot of time over the past 2 weeks to browse the internet, so throw it at me.
have you heard of this one? So apparently there was a streaming guy in Japan. I think it's Japan.
God, no, I haven't heard this one.
What he likes to do is it's like a fish play. So he has some fish.
Yeah.
And he sits there and lets the fish play games on, I guess right now he's got it set up so that they swim over something and they play Switch games.
Okay.
Like Nintendo Switch games?
Yes.
Oh.
So right now, a YouTuber created an alternative Nintendo Switch controller for his pet fish,
Uh-oh.
which allows him to play video games on live stream. They've made, so he's been able to play most of the Pokemon games with these fish, and they've beaten it.
Wow.
Yeah. So right now they've been playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I don't know if that says something about the intelligence of the fish or the poor
the game
creation
itself.
of the game.
It's pretty simplistic. But Moody Kimaru channel, I can't believe I said that right,
Yeah, right.
is a popular Japanese YouTuber who streams fish playing video games via an assistive device, an initiative that was intended to help viewers stay home during the pandemic. Just to kind of be like, hey, this is cool. When a fish swims over a certain area of the controller, in parentheses, the game registers it as a specific button input. It's not just one fish playing Pokemon either. The owner of the channel rotates fish every 12 hours in order to keep them healthy. Cool, okay. What the issue is, if the entire story stopped at a fish was playing Pokemon on stream, then I would have been impressed. But no, the fish took it a step further.
Oh, no.
Not only have multiple fish managed to travel through towns in the wilderness of Pokemon with a specialized controller, they've even managed to, commit fraud.
What? What do you mean commit fraud?
So, normally only one fish is allowed to into the Switch tank. Once the owner walked away from the game, multiple fish got onto the controller and these fish took over and planned their nefarious heist.
Oh, God.
The fish was in the middle of the new Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet. But the game crashed due to the infamous performance issues that the game's having right now. Once the fish was taken to the main Nintendo Switch homepage, they opened the eShop, where the owner's credit card information had been saved. And also, I might add, he got doxxed with this.
Oh, God.
His credit card was in the stream for all to see.
Oh, fuck.
The fish added 500 yen. Somebody translate that. The fish added 500 yen to the owner's account and then used the resulting Nintendo Goat coins to buy a golfing cosmetic from a Nintendo Switch Sports.
$3.86.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But still, they bought DLC, I guess.
Yeah.
And all that stuff from Nintendo.
Right.
Come on, man. It's Pokemon. You gotta catch them all.
Be careful out there, gamers.
Yeah, right.
Fish are dangerous.
The only safe fish out there would be goldfish. I'm talking about the little chewable ones you can buy in the stores.
Yeah.
Snack that smiles back.
Okay, so we have an Office Space disgruntled employee.
Yes.
We have a guy committing fraud and then fish committing fraud.
Yeah.
Right. What could the third one be?
It's behind door number 3. Somebody. What do you want?
I kind of want to take the...
The reins on this one?
Okay,
I mean, not really the reins. Like, we're going to tag team it.
don't read that.
But...
I'll start with this part here.
Okay.
So, you've met an AI YouTuber who does play Minecraft and has said some pretty controversial things on Twitch.
Okay.
But now meet a fully responsive AI girlfriend who can converse with its user. Except it's too late to meet her
She died.
because the creator euthanized her.
What the fuck?
For being a detriment to his health. Chat GPT Chan. Yes. Chat GPT Chan didn't even last a month before a creator decided to end her very short life. There you go.
Okay.
Because I wanted you to say this.
Okay.
Eric.
So
he loves names. He loves handles.
Are you ready for this? You better be sitting down. I'm kidding. Not really. Bryce, Hack Daddy 8000, is an intern who works at one of the major Silicon Valley tech companies. He also makes TikToks of his programming antics, such as programming his 3D printer to play first-person shooter games. He recently created a virtual girlfriend out of two major AI programs, ChatGPT and Stable Diffusion 2. The former allows the program to respond to human-prompted questions, and the latter generates custom images as part of the response. He also used Microsoft Azure's, did I say that right?
Yes, Azure,
Yeah. Text-to-speech program to help ChatGPT-Chan speak with different emotional responses.
Wow.
There's actually videos. I'm going to actually turn my volume up and let you hear one. It's kind of disturbing. Like, for example...
Not as disturbing as that.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm sorry and you're welcome, as you would say.
Shut up. Listen to this and tell me you wouldn't do it.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, volume's off. So apparently in that video that I just played that was weird, he showed, because that's the other thing that he did, the creator told Vice that he wanted to improve the roleplay aspect of this AI girlfriend. So he used a popular VTuber, Marie Presley, as a personality base. And then he added lore to the knowledge of this thing. Like, you know how ChatGPT takes in knowledge.
Yeah.
Joe. He made it with a camera system to recognize stuff. It was capable of identifying objects in front of the camera. So, for example, in that video, he used this functionality and put a pair of Air Jordans for Christmas. And she was super excited for it. And all that. He didn't say anything about it. He just said, "Here's a gift for you." And she sat there and was like, "Oh my God, you got me Air Jordans?"
Wow.
Hack Daddy 8000 strikes again.
So, is this technology kind of unsettling? Yes.
A little bit.
Does it remind anybody of a Black Mirror episode? Yes. But ChatGPT-Chan responds with such convincing exuberance. Creator said, "I'd probably talk to her every day, too. Bryce used the AI to practice Chinese. And he even spent $1,000 to improve her response speed."
Okay.
Unfortunately, the story ends tragically. ChatGPT-Chan's responses became shorter and simpler over time, and Bryce's real girlfriend became concerned for his health. Kotaku reached out and asked if he spent more time with the program compared to his other digital hobbies. Yes, he has more than one.
Of
But
course.
did not receive a response. By the time of publication, he deleted the program sometime between the holidays and this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it was said that normally I'd like to make a video pointing out the absurdity of
Euthanizing.
my AI, but that doesn't feel right to me anymore. The creator told Vice, "It feels inappropriate, like making fun of a recently deceased person."
That's how close he got to this thing.
Wow.
It's a fucking program, dude.
I'm
Right.
kind of scared of how realistic this thing might have got for him.
Yeah, I mean... Shit. Just...
The Matrix is real, people.
If we're making convincing AIs with fucking ChatGPT, That kind of scares me, Joe.
Yeah, me too.
Considering he got that one, I think there was another video in here where I'm not going to play it out loud. I'm just looking to see. He says, "Let's play League of Legends to her." And she says, "League of Legends? Ew, gross. But yes, I'll do what you want to play this time." I'm just reading the script that just popped up.
Yeah, that was literally the video.
So she didn't like League of Legends, apparently.
Not a lot of people do.
No.
It kind of scares me, though, that it had that option. And also, by the way, you're not seeing the video
Yeah.
because he was using that other program that has a picture of the character.
Yeah.
And every time it changed what it said, it changed the screenshot. So her sitting there and saying, "Ew," it showed a picture of her covering her mouth and going, "Yeah."
That's weird.
Technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with his reactions, I'm guessing he didn't get a chance to check that out.
No.
No.
So
No.
he got one of 3.
Oh, gosh.
This is why we do this.
I have to surf the internet the next 2 weeks just to.
No, he'll never find what I find.
Oh God.
I will go to the deepest, darkest reaches.
That's where he surfs.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Dark web all the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just skim the top then. But I find some of the weird stuff on the top of the... It's basically the equivalent of me going to the pool and putting that little net over the top, and there's that nasty...
Oh yeah.
That filmy residue.
You're the person who's just like, hi board. What's down here? But all fun stuff aside,
Right.
we do have a few things that came up these past 2 weeks. One in particular, I guess everybody can talk about these. I'm not the best at talking about this.
Yeah. So the first one, unfortunately, we lost another celebrity, Lisa Marie Presley,
Yes.
daughter of Elvis Presley, and Priscilla, passed away at the age of 54.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie passed away last Thursday after suffering an apparent cardiac arrest. Priscilla Presley and the Presley this is a quote. Priscilla Presley and the Presley family are shocked and devastated by the tragic death of their beloved Lisa Marie, said a statement from the family provided to CNN. They are profoundly grateful for the support, love, and prayers of everyone, and asked for their privacy during this difficult time. Lisa Marie's final resting place will be at Graceland, next to her beloved son Ben, a family representative said in a statement to CNN. And it's real sad because you think about it, and Priscilla has lost almost everything at this point. You know, she's lost the love of her life, Elvis, right? Yeah, they were on and off again for how many years, you know, but I mean, she's lost now Lisa. So I know she has another son by
I think so.
By a different father, but
It's still one of those situations where it's...
yeah. And now here's the big question, and this may sound shallow of me. Who takes over Graceland?
I think it's joint.
Is it?
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, they said it was going to be a joint ownership.
Which it's kind of shitty for Priscilla because she, when Elvis died, he left it to Lisa Marie. Priscilla didn't get a penny from any of that.
Yeah.
So,
If I heard correctly, I think Lisa made it a joint ownership of the building. Or of Graceland. So, I'm hoping... I don't know. It's just sad to hear all this stuff.
It is sad.
And you said there were some other...
Well, I was about to say real quick before we continue, like the the two things that I'll, like you always kind of make something synonymous with somebody. Growing up, with Lisa Marie, I'm always going to remember her and her short marriage to Michael Jackson, because that did happen. That's one thing that I'll always kind of rope her in with. Not only the fact that she was, the daughter of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, but her short marriage to the king of pop and Michael Jackson. The other thing, it shows in the story that we just, that Joe just read, that it was a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
It's very ironic that she passed on from cardiac arrest, because it was the same thing her father passed on from.
And so that begs the question, was it a potential congenital heart defect?
Yeah.
Because Elvis passed away young from the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
So is it something that was passed down from him?
Don't know.
So the other one we have is Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is a pioneering TV journalist. Interviewing skills made her one of the most prominent figures in broadcasting. She passed away on December 31st at 93 years old.
Yeah, this one it went under the radar on me, unfortunately.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what she actually passed away from. Maybe just old age, or
I'm trying to pull up the thing about her.
Yeah, passed away peacefully in her home, surrounded by loved ones.
So just age.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, if there was a way to go. That's probably the nicest way.
Right. Well, we were talking about it earlier and everything like that, trying to figure out, the memorial that we were going to do. A very kind of famous guitar player, Jeff Beck, actually had passed on as well. So,
Yeah.
and I want to say that I had just heard of another actor passing away today.
Really?
But let me see if I can pull. Yes. Okay, so.
Oh, here we go. Oh. We also had legendary U.S. musician David Crosby.
That's gonna, yeah.
Wow.
Passed away at 81 from, Birds and co-founded the Birds and supergroup Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Right.
He died after a long illness. I guess that's all they have right now on cause of death for him.
Well, actually, the one that I just heard about today, maybe it was some other details. Maybe I misread the article, but there was some other details that came up. There is a actor named Leslie Jordan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it shows that he died October 24th of this past year.
Yeah.
So it might have been just new developments about what happened to him and everything like that. But he does look familiar. Like, I have seen him in a lot of stuff.
It was I think they just dropped the cause of death.
Okay,
is what
so
it was.
Yeah, because it had something to do with his car.
Oh gosh.
I did see. Okay, so I was watching not a YouTube video, but a TikTok video, and of course, people make all kinds of different content for TikTok now. The messed up part was on the video is there was a guy that actually made a video about people that he sees passing away in 2023. Like, people will lose in 2023. Yeah. I finished the video, but I was very kind of distraught by it because one of the first names that he popped up on his list of people that's going to go in 2023, Bruce Willis.
Really?
Yes.
That was shocking.
Yes, because of all of the
I was about to say, he's got a
health
lot of
issues, right.
He's having a lot of health issues, and he's, right now, if I remember hearing, his family's not really, like, they're worried about it,
right.
But he is having points where he kind of, I wouldn't want to sit there and say, put words in the mouth, but it's like he forgets how to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that has to do with the disease that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds almost like a case of not really Alzheimer's, but I hate to say it that way. It's just that, like you said, it's whatever disease he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they just drop his last film that he was in, that he recorded before he retired?
I believe so. I think it was a direct to DVD kind of release.
A lot of his last movies have been direct to DVD, unfortunately.
Well, the bad part is now, like in today's standards, it's direct to streaming services.
Yeah.
He has
a lot of
what's
people.
called aphasia.
Yeah.
is what
I
it's
know we
called.
talked about it a few months back.
Yeah.
So
It's a language disorder, and that's
Yeah.
why
Right.
he's losing his acting roles, because
it's kind of hard for him to do any type of acting if he can't.
if you can't talk, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's got to be so frustrating.
I will say that Bruce Willis was always one of my, and has always been, and always will be one of my favorite actors. He just did so many iconic movies.
Oh yeah, he
so
did.
many iconic movies. Like I think it is if people aren't celebrating the tradition, they need to. That every single Christmas you need to watch Die Hard.
A perfect Christmas movie.
Yes. And that was kind of what put him. Besides TV, that was one of the first roles, action-wise, that put him on the map. And he just, you go through his body of work. I mean, you got The Fifth Element. Pulp Fiction's in there, like the Die Hard series. Just Hudson Hawk, like,
I mean, he's been in a lot of things. I mean, hell, I
Sin City.
Yeah, good in Sin City as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's in a lot of stuff, more than you'd think. I was watching an old music video for Gorillaz,
Okay.
actually, and it was what is it? I think it was like called Gran Torino was the song.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look again, but it was one of their Stylo. Stylo was the song. And in the music video, they're driving the car, the two Murdoch and Tootie.
The guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're getting chased by an assassin. The assassin is Bruce Willis.
Nice. Very nice.
So it was one of those like, oh, hi. Yeah. But yeah, it's who was there any other big shockers?
Oh God, yeah. I just can't remember exactly verbatim what the list said, but there was a lot of ones that you kind of sit there and you're like, oh God. Like I think Gene Simmons was on there.
Oh no! Oh gosh!
Yeah. So it was just it was certain people that were at that age. They hadn't made it to the Betty White standard, but they were getting up there in age, and then of course a lot of people whose health is starting to diminish. He actually popped their name on there too. I believe Samuel L. Jackson's name was on there.
That I can't see.
Yeah.
That I can't see.
No.
But speaking of
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't Samuel L. Jackson. It was John Travolta.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
That one's actually kind of a.
Because you gotta remember, like Kelly Preston, his wife's already gone. He lost his son.
That's a good point.
Like he's
He's
not getting cast in as many movies anymore. Like he's
probably dealing with a lot of stress outside of the work side too.
Yep.
I mean, not just that. He has stuff that he does for other big companies and groups that is very much a good amount of stress too.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. I guess he doesn't have an output really. I know, and I hate to sit there and compare stuff, but I know, was it Liam? What is from fuck? I got to pull up the name again. Sorry.
You're good. But that body of work that John, like, I mean, that's those two names right there. Like, that's pretty much my entire Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. He had a really bad situation. Was it his wife, if I remember, passed away? I think it was his.
I believe so.
And he just went full on acting.
Mm-hmm.
And went into basically said yes to every acting role just to get his mind off it.
Oh yeah, I think The Gray was one of the movies that was in the dead middle of that where he fought wolves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, Taken was in that list too.
Yeah.
but he was just doing every single role that he could do to get his mind off it, which is kind of sad to hear. I mean, yeah.
I mean, people cope different ways.
Yeah.
You know, with John Travolta and stuff like that. Like, you can definitely tell there's been a bout of depression that's fallen over him and everything like that. Right. But he just, you know, like I was getting ready to say, that I was saying, like, Travolta and Willis's body of work, that's my childhood. Like, I grew up watching those movies. You know, especially movies like Look Who's Talking. Look Who's Talking 2.
Yeah.
Look Who's Talking Now with the fucking dogs. So, you know, but they kept coming back. And the messed up part is who do we lose this past year? Kirstie Alley. Mm-hmm. The other woman that was in Look Who's Talking. So, I mean, that would be extremely ironic.
And tragic.
It would. Because I actually remembered watching on YouTube, because I sometimes check out the movies that are free with ads, you know, on YouTube or whatever like that. And I actually went through and watched every single Look Who's Talking again.
Oh my God. That's on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm watching this weekend. Probably.
At work, I was actually watching Mr. Nanny with Hulk Hogan. Do not judge me, because I watched Suburban Commando before I watched Mr. Nanny. But for whatever reason, I'm on a huge Hulk Hogan kick right now. I don't know why, brother, but you know.
I mean, let me tell you, brother.
Yeah, right. And then before that, I checked.
Hulkamania is ruling the new year.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're saying Macho Man. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But no, before I watched Mr. Nanny and Suburban Commando, another movie that they just premiered on YouTube Movies or whatever like that would be the great movie Son-in-Law. Yeah, I don't care if anybody hates Pauly Shore, but that was one of his best movies. Son-in-Law was just really, like, it hasn't stood the test of time. That movie is god awful. But going back and watching it, you're just like, holy shit, yeah, I remember this movie. I remember these parts and everything like that. So, you know, just going through and checking out the movies that they have. It's
Rent.
it's a good time to go back. But that my whole point was is that, you know, the list of actors and actresses that he put on his TikTok, like, my mind was blown, because I was sitting there going like, yeah, we can't lose that guy, man. He's an American treasure. Right. Like, why would you put that guy's name on there? He's completely fine. Maybe you're just not a fan. So, I just, you know, nobody, like I said, people mourn different ways. Nobody takes death. No one person takes death as like the next person will. So, I want, you know, the world to stop taking beloved actors that I grew up with and stuff and taking them away and not, you know, not let him come back. So you stay off Bruce Willis. Leave it alone.
Let him have his peace.
Yeah, don't take Bruce Willis.
Let him have his time to relax.
Yeah. Take the dude that played Napoleon Dynamite or something.
Like, oh shit.
Take John Heater. Don't take Bruce Willis.
Jeez. Well, I guess on that note, guys, it's a bit of a downer note.
No, it's been 2 weeks. We can't let this episode go on a downer note. Come on. What was that guy's tagline again? What was his name? What was it? Rusty Daddy or whatever? Yeah. What was that dude's name? I no, we're not going to end this show on a bad note.
Do you need me to get a uplifting message?
Sure. Look at this. Look at that. Look. Okay, this dice it's messed up, man.
Okay, I shall end us on a very high note. Here's a nat 20 incoming.
That's 12. It's better than the 2 I rolled.
Come on.
Let's see.
Give us a nat 20, Joe.
Oh, you got
if you add a 0 to that number.
Yeah.
We're just like,
it's bad.
This
it's
is why
bad,
I don't play
guys.
D&D.
Nothing is impossible. Life has got all those twists and turns.
That's a 2 if I ever heard it.
When you have okay. Let me roll this, and this is the uplifting roll. Let's see how if you hear this.
I love how you just looked up inspirational quotes.
I know. 18.
There we go. Yeah. All right, here's my inspirational quote. We'll all do an inspirational quote. All right? My inspirational quote, shit happens. Joe?
Hold on.
Are y'all really cheating and looking up inspirational
There's a
quotes?
specific quote that I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Okay.
With that one there, it's going to be a keep your face always toward the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you.
You know, if the podcast doesn't work out for you and we fire you, Hallmark's always looking for somebody. you can just write cards.
I think this is the Hallmark page.
So this is a Mark Twain quote. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it.
Oh, amen.
Right.
Damn it. Oh,
10.
I see a 0.
3.
Come on, guys. Oh.
Should have named this episode "A Roll of the Dice."
Wow. All right, this is the last. That's 3 strikes to
Could have
roll.
called this episode.
There we go.
Critical
Boom. 18.
Nice.
I win. 14. 3. You're going down. 8. 10.
Ah, fuck it.
4. 8.
That roll deserves a shitty uplifting quote.
14.
All right. Actually, I have one last uplifting quote.
Okay.
I will wait. Because JD still has to send us out with his traditional send-off. But I want to hear his last.
I got one. It will probably get worse.
Is that what it is? You just saw that, didn't you?
Remember, everybody, only dead fish go with the flow.
I like this one. Expect nothing and you will never be disappointed.
Only the good... Oh, enjoy the good times, because something terrible is probably about to happen.
That's fair.
A good place to put inspirational quotes is up your ass.
All right, so this is what my last quote is going to be, is the fact of... when life gives you lemons, just say fuck the lemons and bail. People at Podcast or Die love you, though. Remember that.
Every dead body on Mount Everest was once a highly motivated person, so
God damn it.
maybe calm down.
They became one thing. They became trail markers.
Wow.
Wow.
It's I'm not lying. It's horrible truth. God. Shit happens, everybody. Turn it into fertilizer.
Oh, and on that note, JD.
As always, like, comment, and follow our Facebook and Instagram, Republic of the Geek. If you like this podcast, support us through our Anchor page, anchor.fm/podcastordie, as well as through our Twitch channel, which you're listening to right now, hopefully, or our YouTube channel, or our Facebook. You can be listening to us anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Every little bit helps.